Okay, good morning. So in this session, we will be talking about the creation of the A3 report. No? So A3 thinking, A3 report. Usually kasi pag nasa industry na tayo where we are doing report, no? uh, it's usually nag-present sa atin ano nangyayari sa project mo, etc. So usually, especially as I said, no, in Japanese companies, ito yung ginagamit natin. No? So it can also talk about, it can also present, no? Either hindi lang yung status ng projects mo, kundi even yung mga proposal mo on how to solve certain problem or certain situation. So meron kang uh, ina-analyze and you're doing root cause analysis there, yung corrective action, and then finally, you will give your proposal, and then your plan how to do it, and then yung mga follow-up points. So, ang kagandahan dito, as we said, it's so simple. Kasi one page lang yan. So, it's an A3 format. Doon, mamaya, you will see later on that I will give you the templates that what we're using in the industry. And it's just a sample. So nga, ipakita sa inyo yung ginawa ko talaga before. But anyway, ano na yun, walang pasasakay talaga yun natuloy, hindi na yun nagawa. It will show you paano yung presentation naman ng like a proposed project that you are presenting. So hindi siya kasya talaga sa isang A3 lang eh. May mga ano pa yan eh. May mga tinatawag tayong mga extra sheets that we can show. Although, ang idea nga, as I mentioned to you, ang idea nito is dapat mapagkasya mo siya into one sheet of paper, which is the A3. Ito ano to eh, malaki naman to. And since you're not really presenting words and paragraphs and all that, di ka tulad nito. Ito kasi ay guide lang. You are usually pointing out here certain visuals, graphs, numbers, diba? So it talks about a certain situation. Since yan ay measurable, a picture paints 1,000 words. So you don't really need to put a lot of words there. Ayan. So ito, kung mapapansin nyo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are, in this case, meron tayong 7 na boxes. And may mga ano pa yan, no? May mga pirmahan pa sa taas, sino yung gumawa, sino nag-approve, yan. And pwede rin itong maging part ng, usually, no? Magiging part to ng Hoshin plan, which is the strategic planning. So, naka-attach din to. Hoshin kasi naka-A3 din. So, it will be part of it. So, may mga numbering din yan. Okay? Yun, mas madali mag-track kasi nga, unang-una may mga nakalagay na follow-up points dyan at saka meron kang sinusundan na guide. No? Yan. So, ito pa lang tayo. So, background, why are you talking about it? So, ano dito yung reason of, why you are raising it up as a concern. So, what is the business case? Ano yung business problem that you're trying to solve or analyze? Ito dapat concise lang, and then communicate the why more than the, syempre may what, no? Pero the what is so simple, no? Dapat ang point nga dito, if you can summarize it into, simple words, and that means ikaw mismo hindi mo naiintindihan yung problem. Kasi it has to be simplified. Kasi kung tutusin, if there's so many, you know, uh, tentacles yung problem, just focus on one. Kasi yun lang naman talaga masosolve mo dyan eh. You cannot solve everything. Like, for example, if you will solve the problems of the Philippines, right? There's so many things out there. So, hindi kasya ang A3, no? Baka ilang daang reams ng A3 ang kailangan mo, right? So just focus on one thing and then solve that. Sa Pareto, di ba? Pareto principle is that the 80-20 rule. You focus on let's say one out of five problems. Sometimes yung number one problem that solves already 60% of the problem. So if you solve number one, then there are four problems left. And if you look at that, that's you have solved 60% of the problems, right? So you only have 40% of the problem. And if you solve number two, maybe that number two will solve already 20% of the problem. So, di ba? And so on. Hanggang sa makikita mo, you have already made your uh, status better and better. So dito maganda, you have to understand ano ba talaga yung problem and why is it important. Yun yung first uh, area doon, background. And then ito na, dito na yung current conditions. Kumbaga yung sinasabi ko nga na sa six thinking hats, ito yung white hat. Eh. White hat tells you about the facts, the date. So nandito yung visual presentation mo dyan. Pie chart, Pareto chart, sketches, picture sometimes. So basta make the problem clear and understandable. And that is the current condition. The goal will be yung mga specific targets mo. No? And again, it has to be stated in measurable, identifiable terms. Kasi pag hindi mo siya ma-measure, diba sabi nga ni Joseph Duran, if you cannot measure it, then you cannot improve it. If you cannot measure it, ibig sabihin ng hindi mo kasi na-measure, ibig sabihin hindi mo na-define eh. Di ba? The make formula. Then you cannot analyze it, you cannot improve it, you cannot control it. Yun yung idea ng the make formula. So it has to be defined well. And then, dito sa analysis, dito na yung mga 7QC na tinatawag. Yung old 7QC sa yung bagong QC, quality control, no? Andiyan dyan yung 5 whys, yung fishbone diagram, etc. No? Yung mga run chart, Pareto, ayan. Tapos yung tools from Six Sigma, nila, no? Prepner, Drago, Shinen, Taguchi, Diagram, Trees, lahat ng mga toolbox na pwedeng gamitin, isinasama natin dyan sa analysis na yan. Usually nga, simple lang, fishbone lang, or 5 whys, enough na yon para show ano ba talaga yung root cause ng problem, no? Kung meron kang problem na identify, o kaya ano yung mga dapat i-improve para maging successful yung project. And then, since yan ay naka-base yan base yung proposal mo, which is yung check and act, di ba? Naka-base yung proposal mo dun sa root cause analysis mo, di ba? Magbibigay ka ngayon ng countermeasures. Ang terminology na tinatawag is countermeasures, no? Kasi yung, okay, may problem tayo, ano yung magiging countermeasures nyo, no? Ano yung magiging solution mo dun sa problem? Tapos, papasukan nyo ngayon ang plan yan, no? Ano yung timeline mo dyan, sino yung gagawa, who, what, when, where, how is the process, pero sino yung uh, gagawa niyan, ano yung gagawin, ano yung timeline, di ba? Diyan ngayon yung plan. Ito napaka-critical yung part na yan, kaya pansinin nyo, ang laki ng space na focus dyan. Kasi andi dyan, even yung schedule mo, no? Kaya madaling ma-follow up. Kasi pwede nga maglagay ng Gantt chart talaga dyan para malaman mo kung ano yung plan of action. And then the follow-up will be, kasi nga, ito ay nag-iisang document yan. No? So, pag ito naka-file, at nilagay mo lang dyan, at the next audit, tinignan mo sabi, ay, kailangan pala ito, ni-review natin noong September, hindi natin na-review, di ba? Kasi nga, walang tumitingin dapat may follow-up, nakalagay ano yung susunod yung bakit mo siya kailangan na, no? Pag-usapan na naman ulit. So, for example, sabi ko, okay, na yung usapan natin si PM-03-22. Registration ng 2022. Carried over pa siya sa 2025. So, dapat naman maisara na natin yan. So, may follow-up na naman tayo. Talaga bang na-solve ka? Okay, lalo nga pala sa mga non-conformities, no? Sa ISO, may mga tinatawag tayo mga non-conformance. Minsan yung non-conformance ay major non-conformance. Yan, tinitingnan yan. Dapat within 30 days, masolve yan, masara mo yan. Dahil kung hindi, nagre-result yan sa breakdown of system. Minsan, nawawala sa atin yung ISO certification natin. Kaya, ang mahalaga doon, meron kang ganito. Ito yung nagiging corrective action mo dyan. Although, sa ISO, meron yung tinatawag na NC-CAR, yung NC Corrective Action Report. Ang mga Japanese companies, meron silang A3 na ginagamit na kasama. So, it's a tool that can also serve as your NC card or non-conformance corrective action report. Parang pinapakita mo doon na okay, ito yung gagawin natin in order to solve the existing concerns or problems. Okay, ito naman yung document file na A3 Word template. Mabibigay ko rin sa inyo to. Ano? So, halos ganito rin naman yan. No? Yan din, make the problem clear. Ayan, okay. So, ito na yung sinabi na natin. No? So, yan, I will give this to you. Okay, ito naman yung ating Excel file, no? So, ito please do not share this with anyone kasi ito yung ano natin talaga. This is our privilege copy. So, this is the Toyota 8-step problem solving process. So, the step 1 will be clarifying the problem. So, yan yung, ano lang naman natin to, this is just the guide. Why am I looking at this problem? And then yung why, di ba? Ano ba yung problem? Who is interested in this problem? Ano yung benefit? So, ito napaka-importante nito. In fact, sa pagpropose pa nga lang ng A3, in companies, pinapresent mo na to. No? Bakit siya importanteng gawin? Kasi kung hindi, magsasayang ka ng oras. In fact, meron ka pang mga functional heads o kaya mga functional units na mga cross-functional teams na sasali dun sa iyong project kasi hindi naman pala matutuloy yung project mo kaya hindi naman pala siya deemed important ng management. So why are you spending a lot of time there? Okay, break down the problem, ano yung size ng problem, what data do I have, ayan yung data na kailangan, no? SIPOC, process mapping, spaghetti mapping, and then ano yung outcome na kailangan yung magawa, visualize the desired result using the data, set a measurable and realistic goal. And then ito na yung analyzing of the root cause, yung sinabi na natin, no? As much as possible, many potential cause factors. And then step number 5 would be a lot of brainstorming kasi bibigay ka ng mga potential countermeasures as much as possible lahat ng pwedeng maisipan natin. Kaya dito, ginagamit talaga tayo ng mga tools like yung QC tools, if it is the 5 whys or the tinatawag natin Ishikawa diagram, fishbone analysis, dapat talagang very thorough tayo in developing. And then step number 6 would be picking the countermeasure and then implementing it. No? So yan, gagawa tayo ng Gantt chart yan. Pansinin naman dito, may Gantt chart. No? Ayan, kailangan gumawa ng Gantt chart. And then the monitoring of the results can be a control chart or run chart. May progress yan at may report finding. At dito pumapasok guys yung yung sa report every week, kung nasa division niyan, mayroong divisional report, o kaya naman sa management committee, yung iyong division head, siya yung nag-report doon. O kaya minsan, kuma-attend siya ng execom, siya nagpe-present niyan. No? So, kaya napaka-importante yung natin, report. At hindi masyadong madami. Kung makikita niyo yung report ko dati sa Toyota, academic council, academic division, 4 lang slides yun. At ando na talaga siya lahat. Mas madami pa nga yung akin, yung hawak kong marketing and promotions. Yun ang mas madami kasi pinapakita pa namin yung mga promotions namin. No? Pero yung academics, hindi talaga. No? Talagang puno-puno lang siya ng numbers. At makikita mo doon sa isang tingin mo pa lang, alam mo na more or less. No? So, ayan. Step 8, document yung new process kung kailangan ng new process. So, ito yung data template. Ganun din naman siya, di ba? Kung titignan mo. Ang kagandahan dito, naka-ano na siya sa talagang A3 format. Ito, pag pinread mo to guys, sakto to sa A3. Yan. Ano yan? Tested na yan. Ito yung sample ng A3 na toast example, no? Again, may mga, di ba, sabi sa'yo, may mga picture siya. O, yan, no? Toast process. Yan, run chart. Pansin mo, no? Pinasa mo to, makikita mo na kaagad kung ano yung magiging root cause niya, and then yung cause-effect conclusion, then we have the countermeasure. Napansin nyo, napakaikli lang. Implement countermeasure, and then the standardized sharing of success. Yan. No? So before, then the target, and then the actual. Yan. So, kasya sa lahat sa isang ganito lang. No? Kaya yung importante lang inilalagay natin dyan. Wala na masyadong maraming bla-bla. No? Yan talaga yan. Ano yung kailangan nyo lang. Ito, napaka-importante yung root cause niya. Hindi marami, isa lang. No? So dito, example lang niya dito is the cause and effect, no? The fishbone diagram, and then the Pareto analysis ng distance sa times, and then from there, yun na. Tapos, yung monitoring of results, ito, ina-update nila yan every now and then. No? So, usually every week yan. Every week, pinapakita nila yan yung nagiging results. So, mapansin nyo naman, no? There is a trend of it going down. Ibig sabihin, nag-i-improve talaga siya. Ang mali lang dito, wala nakasulat na better down. Kasi maganda yun, dapat sa tingin mo pa lang, you should know already what is the direction. And then we have the is and is not. Ano yung defect? O yan. Ano yung process? Where in the process, sino yung affected, etc. Ano yung observation mo is, no? So, ano yung effect? Ito, pinapakita mo yung defect. Ano yung hindi mo nakikita, na-observe mo, na wala. So, wala doon. Yan, tapos may notes ka dyan. And then, there is the goal setting. Ito, merong mga ano dito, no? Parang notes lang to eh. It should start with an action verb. Ayan, sabi, increase, no? Add the object of the action, the right, first time on application forms. So, do it right the first time, no? DERF. Add from current state from 50%. Add to future state to 75%. So, parang increase the right first time on application forms from 50, yun ang current ngayon, to 75 by March 31. Diba? Makita ko talagang it's very clear, may measurement, merong from and to, di ba? Merong timing, ayan, di ba? So, yun ang kagandahan dito. Napaka-clear, no? And then, yung i-analyze ninyo. And then, this is the example of the fishbone diagram. Ito, usually, naka-focus ito sa mga M's, no? Manpower, machine, method, materials, measurement, ayan. Yung pinaka-environment, no? So, lahat yan, tinitingnan. And then, ito yung problem mo, inefficient toast making process, giving zero customer satisfaction. Yeah, pina-analyze mo yan. So, dito yung manpower. Bakit naman si Bruce lang ang napili? Ayan, pero ano lang naman to example lang. You can actually put a lot of there, a lot of observations. Ayan, so what I will be doing is giving this to you as template, and then you can start thinking, no? Kasi pagdating ng ano natin, isa sa mga output natin sa mga susunod na araw. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much.